So this video I'm gonna clean up the Galaxie. It hasn't been cleaned up and I can't remember one since maybe back in October, November. It was pretty dirty. I went and bought, well, you'll see in this video, I bought a few things. My birthday's coming up and a lot of you have been asking, yeah, my surgery's just around the corner. It's coming up in about 10 days or so, and kind of looking forward to getting the prostate out and getting this rid of this catheter and getting back to where I can move around and do things kind of on a regular so-called normal basis. But I'll go over the Galaxie and show you a few things on that, and two on that Rio engine. You know, I bought it and thought I'd just get it going and call it good, but it's been a lifesaver for my sanity. So every penny I've spent on it's a penny well spent. You know, I can just sit there at my bench and puts away. I got this catheter and it hangs right in here. I don't know if you can see it through my pants. That's the drain right there. And it's just uncomfortable to walk with it. And it pulls down my leg, and it just is no fun. You don't want to have one if you don't have to. But yeah, this is kind of, you know, I've been able to sit here. I've wanted to buff the Galaxie this winter or respray it, base clear it or something, but I haven't done diddly to it because of, you know, it's just too uncomfortable to try and lean over it to sand and buff and stuff. So it's just sitting here, but it had a pretty thick coating of dirt on it, including the convertible top. So I cleaned the whole car off, as you saw, or as you will see. Seeing my birthday is coming up soon, I had this card from the local Ace Hardware for 10 bucks off, and I needed a new chamois. My old one's kind of tattered up, and I was running out of this, so I picked up some of this. I like this stuff, it works good. And I picked up some more of this because I was running out of it. And this basically was free with that card. I went and got it because the Galaxie has a pretty good coating of dust on it, and I want to clean it off. So when I've had a couple friends come over and they run their hands down it, and I don't want it scratched, so I'm gonna try and get the dust off of it. Yeah, just get a warm bucket of water for my sponge and chamois, no soap, and then I just I did the hood and the trunk lid and the hood and the convertible top windshield, but just basically take this and kind of wipe it down, then dry it off the chamois. You can see all the dirt, see on the edge of the sponge there. So it's just a good way to clean the car off without getting it out and washing it with the garden hose. You can see all the dirt there too. And I just do a section at a time, like I'll do this deck lid area, and then I'll dry it off, and then I'll do maybe a quarter panel or the very rear or something. But yeah, the convertible top was needing it too, and yeah, the front was really bad from all this, you know, sanding dust and stuff. So let me bring out my chamois and wipe that down. Bring it out really good. I like to get not the huge chamois, this is a 2 square footer. And I like the smaller ones because they're easier to wring out and handle. The big ones are just too much, unless you're really wanting to absorb a lot of water. But and just come back and dry it off, and it just shines nice, like as if it was just painted. This car hasn't been waxed. I need to buff it out and wax it. I just kind of been letting it go because I was gonna base clear it this winter, but you know, with health issues that's not happening. So we're just gonna finish wiping it down here. It looks pretty darn good. I cleaned got all in here and cleaned all the dust and stuff out of there from when it was last driven on the road, and cleaned the hubcaps and wheels and stuff. But the convertible top, yeah, That had some serious dust on it, and that cleaned up nice. The whole car cleaned up good. I think once I get it buffed out, it'll gleam. And I'm hoping to do that yet this spring, maybe after the surgery. And I got to move around after the surgery. It's another thing. I've put about 30 pounds on since I've had this issue with this catheter, because I can't go out on my daily walks. I used to walk, a few miles a day, 3-4 miles a day. And it's just too uncomfortable to do that. So I've ballooned out. I've even cut back on what I'm eating. So hopefully after the surgery and the catheter is gone, which will be about a week after the surgery, I'll be able to start moving around and doing a little bit more. But I just kind of wanted to, I haven't done any videos on the cars in a while. I've been storing stuff in the trunk of the Galaxie, so I'm going to clean it out. They're talking maybe 60 degrees this weekend, and they're talking, well, today it's about 45, but they're saying it's going to rain this afternoon. That would be nice if it did rain, wash all the salt away, but it's supposed to get down in the 20s tonight and change to snow. So they'll probably add salt to the roads. But if the roads don't get salted, if they're, the rain rinses the salt away and they're not salted, maybe we'll get the car out on Sunday if it's a nice warm day. It's been a while. It was December, mid-December was the last time I've started or driven the car. It's just been sitting here. I might put the battery maintainer on it today and bring the battery up in it. But yeah, it's just like I say, been parked in the garage. And I took some Instagram photos earlier. You can see the clock. I was surprised the clock. See the clock on the wall? Yeah, the clock is still keeping time. The new convertible top boot's still sitting there waiting to be used some more. Just kind of show around the interior. It's held up really well. I'm really pleased with the way everything's looking on the car. I'll go around for you a little bit. Let me get back out of the car and I'll get some more of the interior. Yeah, that's the top boot just sitting there. The top puffs up when I close the door because it's airtight. Let me, I don't have my keys on me. Let me get some keys and we'll open the trunk. You can see I've been using it for storage. My whirligig. The rod for it, which was just sitting over there, and I just got sick of sitting there and in my way and getting damaged, so became in the trunk a new power steering belt because the belt that's on the car is worn. The power brake booster I rebuilt for the 59 Chevy. My cooler, which I use to keep some cleaning supplies and some tools and different things in. Bottle jack, paper towels, some cleaners. Just your basics, I mean, just if you need something. Picked that up in an estate sale. And I think I'm going to check the air in the tires. I think I'm going to check it all 5, the spare and all. And I think I'm going to do that right now. All the tires were spot on. I didn't have to put air in any of them. Even the spare was spot on. You can see my little key tag there. On the trunk light. I'm going to put the battery maintainer on this after I'm done here. See the underside of the trunk lid, how nice it looks. Alright, let me open up the hood and I'll put the battery maintainer on it. Now I'll show a little of the engine compartment too while I am videoing for my new viewers and people that missed the Galaxie. Yeah, it's all looking pretty darn good. This is the belt that, see, it's a little loose and it's a little worn. I don't know, I did bead blast the pulleys to get the rust out of them, so I don't know, it might just be a cheap belt. The alternator belt is fine. It's just the power steering. I've tightened it a couple times, but it's getting riding deeper and deeper in the pulley as it's wearing, so that's why I got a new belt. Might just be a cheap belt, but we'll leave the battery maintainer on it for a day or two, keep the battery up. Been putting the battery maintainer on it about once a month for a couple of days in a row. It's fully automatic. Its maximum charge is 1 amp, and it'll probably be charged by tonight, so it's not that down, the battery. But car is definitely wanting to get out and go for a ride, so hopefully we get some. It'd be nice to be able to take it for a ride before I have to go in for my surgery. I'd love to take it for a little ride, but I don't know if the weather is going to cooperate. It's March. We get our biggest snows in March and April. March mainly. We have our biggest snow ever recorded was in April. It was on my mom's birthday. If you go back and look at my Instagram, you can see some of the photos from that snowstorm. We had 28 inches of snow in 24 hours. That's the current temperature outside, so it's almost 50 and there's still snow and ice. This thing's frozen to the ground. I don't want to break the plastic trying to get it out, so I've just left it there. Maybe this weekend I'll be able to get it up and out. I did take, well, you saw that in a previous video, I did take all C9, vintage C9 lights down everywhere. And if the snow doesn't amount to much, I might put the Aaron's snow throw back in the shed. It takes up a bit of space in here, but it's convenient having it here. It's got 120 volt electric start, and I just keep the cord sitting here and just zap that puppy in. You push this button and that cranks the motor. But the key isn't on, or the throttle or the choke, but it's just easier for me to start right now. I've never used the electric start until this year, really, and I used it a couple years back when I had some back pain. But yeah, that's good old snowblower there. Yeah, and I've had my buffing stuff sitting there to buff the Galaxie, but it's just not happened. That's stored up in the garage, but yeah, I got that down last fall with the intentions of polishing this up, and it never happened. So that's just the way it goes sometimes. I checked the air in the tires on the truck too. They're all good also, other than the spare was down a couple pounds. I always check my spare tires. So often I see people on the side of the road with a flat tire and a flat spare. So every time I change the oil in my vehicles or take them in for service, and I don't trust the dealers check the air in the spare either, so I check them frequently, 2-3 times a year, and just saves having a flat spare if you have a flat tire. That would be no fun. I'll wrap this video up here. I just wanted to do a little video of the Galaxie all cleaned up. Like I say, it was had a pretty good coating of dust on it. It's been a while since it's been cleaned, and it needed it desperately. So anyway, if you like the video, hit the like button. If you like my channel, you can hit that 348 engine icon there. That will subscribe you. And thank you for watching my video.